Alright, so I thought I'd take this chance to answer some questions. And one of the questions here I'm reading is, how can I become fit when I love food? Okay, so like a lot of people, my dream is to be a WWE superstar. And with the way I eat, it's not going so well. I want this, but I don't know how to stop myself from temptation. Like right now, I'm drinking a soda. Can when I know I shouldn't be, please help. Okay, so he knows he should not drink the soda, but he's drinking it anyway. A lot of these questions of Yahoo Answers tend to come from kids, and they're looking for good information, and they're looking on the internet, trying to get some help. So the best suggestion I can help. This is John here. This is this guy's name on Yahoo Answers. Is, how can I put this? You know, when you want to be WWE superstar, right? So, I mean, I follow The Rock on Instagram, and The Rock is a beast. He's a very, a figurehead who's awesome, and a lot of people idolize him. I idolize him. He's freaking awesome. Who doesn't like The Rock, right? But how do you got to realize that you're just kind of aspiring to being a WWE superstar, or any sport of endeavor, is you got to be disciplined. I mean, there's really no way around that at all. If you really want to get in shape and you want to look good and you want to be a WWE superstar, you've got to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined with your nutrition. You got to be disciplined with your training schedule. I mean, I just read on The Rock's Instagram that he woke up at 4 a.m. to train, and he did a double training session before he went on the set at 8 o'clock in the morning, I think, or something like that, right? So, I mean, think about that. He just has some long days, and he's very dedicated to what he does. And, obviously, you're not The Rock, and you're not a WWE superstar yet, but, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? And you got to move yourself in that direction where you're having a very disciplined, regimented lifestyle to get you in shape. And the only thing I can really recommend is that, you got to determine how committed you are. How committed are you to changing your body and getting to where you want to be? Because if you're motivated enough to do what you want, if you're motivated enough to get to where you want to be, you're going to find a way to make it work. And, I'm a personal trainer, and I have a lot of advice, and I help people lose weight. But no matter how much information you learn from the internet or from me or from anybody else, it's going to always come down to how badly does the person want it. Everyone wants a six-pack, but nobody wants to write down their food and go on a diet. So, hope that helps. All right, so I got another really good question here. How to convince myself to eat healthy and exercise again. I was doing great the last 2.5 months, but from mid-August to the present, I've had a lot of setbacks. I'm not particularly fat, but I was trying to cut to 10% body fat. I began at 16%, got down to 12%, and lost 15 pounds. Then my life went downhill. His girlfriend broke up with him. His mom was hospitalized. Got a cold. Just a lot of stress, it sounds like. Is there any advice you can give? Any advice that you all have that can give me to get me out of this rut? Well, I mean, everyone's going to hit rough patches, and a lot of people who are trying to get lean. I mean, first of all, you're 12% body fat. You're trying to get to 10. I mean, it sounds like you're pretty lean. I'm pretty sure that you haven't done too much damage yet. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. At least not right now. Give yourself some time to just get your head in the right place. Try to eat normal. That's kind of what I do when I get a little neurotic about food. Get crazy about things and really on track and try to measure and weigh everything. It can be stressful, especially when you have other things going on. And when you have, your girlfriend broke up with you, not cool, and I'm sorry to hear about your mom, you just got to find a neutral zone. And that's my best recommendation. I mean, of course, it would be great if you could be super motivated and you could just be super focused, but the reality is that's not easy for a lot of people to do. Some people can do it. Not everybody can. So I would just really recommend that you just find a neutral place to go and just try to eat normal. Everyone is going to get some setbacks, and you shouldn't feel so bad about it because this is life. It's going to happen. The whole cycle of eating bad is, I don't know how many days you've been eating bad, because sometimes it can go downhill. Usually what will happen is you'll eat so bad and you'll gain so much weight that you'll feel so horrible that you'll turn direction. So some people that's just a day or two. For others that could be like 6 years or forever. So it could take a really long time before you turn around. So I would just, honestly, I mean, just based on the information that's here in this question, I would just say, hey, why don't you just go ahead and just keep eating yourself into oblivion for maybe just a few days until you feel sick and get over it, and then turn around, because, going to food for comfort is very common. And again, you're not alone, but at the same time, you had some rough stuff happen to you, or have some rough stuff that's had going on. So the best thing to do is really shift into neutral. Maybe eat bad for a few more days to kind of, realize, okay, I'm going to start tomorrow type of thing, kind of reset yourself. Because people like that. It helps them to reset. Like, I'll wait till Monday. I don't really like that as a good advice. But, I mean, sometimes when you're in the thick of things, it's not really easy to do what makes sense. All right, so this question here is from Cutie Patootie on Yahoo Answers. Does this sound like a good workout schedule? I am 21 years old, female, 5'3"-ish, and carry most of my weight in my abdomen. I started working out in July, 1 week break in August because I went camping. As of August, I started the schedule. I work out 6 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturdays, and I do cardio 20 minutes on the stair mill, 20 minutes on the running, and 10 minutes on the rowing machine. Tuesdays and Fridays she does strength training, so she does strength training twice a week, on 8 machines. Then I do dumbbells for arms and squats and ab exercises. Sundays rest. Do you think this is okay? When are you supposed to change up your workout? I hear that you need to change things up, but does changing your weight count as changing the workout, or running faster or such? Or do I need to change my workout completely to a different regime? Okay, so to answer your question, Cutie Patootie, is what I notice I've worked with a lot of women, and everyone's trying to trim down the midsection, and the exercise regimen looks fine. You're going to find out that a lot of your weight loss is going to come from your nutrition, so keep that in mind. If you're trying to trim down your stomach, it's really about improving your food. But to answer your question, does this sound like a good workout schedule? I think you're doing too much cardio. It's a lot of cardio on there, and it's kind of unnecessary. I would actually spend some more time weight training. If you're doing strength training twice a week, if you have this much time to exercise, I would go on like on a 4 or 5 day a week weight training program, the one that suits your skill set. Simply because you're just going to get more out of it. A lot of women don't do a lot of weight training. If you're using machines, work with find a personal trainer that can teach you how to work out and teach you how to lift, so you can lift by yourself. Because it's great to have a trainer 3 to 4 days a week. That would be awesome, but not everyone can afford that. And most people just need some good technique. Because of all the people I train with, people are looking for motivation and they need education. So once you get the motivation, because you're obviously writing this question out, you're already self-motivated. So now it's just a matter of kind of being taught on what exercises and movements to do. And then you're going to run into some other rough patches, like how much it hurts to work out for certain muscle groups and stuff like that. But your workout schedule should consist of more weight training. I would really cut your cardio down to probably 3 days a week. 60 minutes 3 days a week is a lot. Now, don't get me wrong. If you do this and you follow a reasonable diet, you're going to lose weight because you're burning more calories and you're eating less. That's just how it works. However, for long term, the moment you stop doing cardio, what do you think is going to happen to your weight? It's going to come back, and that kind of just defeats the whole purpose. You want to kind of figure out a workout regimen where you can maintain it, and you get the results you want. Because remember, when you build muscle and you tone up, you actually allow your metabolism to increase, and you burn more calories. And that's that's what everybody wants. Because when you become sedentary and you lose muscle mass, your metabolism slows down, and then you have to do cardio to burn off the fat and diet to burn off the fat. And long term, most people are just not going to have time to work out as much as you're doing right now or want to. It's great that you have the time to do it, but you have to remember that there'll be a day when there's going to be time in your life where you're not going to be able to work out this often, and you're going to put on a ton of weight. That's the reason why cardio is bad for long-term weight loss. It's good for short-term. Like if I don't do a whole lot of cardio, and if I start doing cardio 6 days a week, I'm going to drop some extra weight. However, I'm just going to end up, once I stop doing the cardio and I change my eating regime, I'm just going to gain it back. And that's just what happens to a lot of figure competitors, bodybuilders. They just put on body fat on really quickly. But again, it just depends on kind of what you're doing, what you want. There's a lot of other things to consider, but I'll just tell you, you're doing too much cardio.